I remember in 2019 when I was about to buy my dream unusual, or at least the hat I really liked at the time, the Spellbound Hot Dogger. A funny all-class hat with arguably the most aesthetic and prestigious effect in the game. There was this one trading bot who was selling it for 250 keys, which was just a little bit more than my inventory value at the time, so I set up the goal to buy it as my endgame unusual, and I was literally planning to drop $500 on one hat, all earned from my trading, and have it never leave my backpack again as it would be my new signature hat. Unfortunately, 1 week later, someone else bought the Spellbound Hot Dogger for 250 keys and immediately relisted it for 500 keys, killing my chances of ever owning it. I just felt really frustrated that this opportunity was taken away from me by another trader who just wanted to make a bunch of profit by listing the hat for extremely high and just sitting on it for ages. In the meantime, I wasn't interested in any other hats or items to be put into my loadout for enjoyment, and I just continued on trading. I found that marketplace.tf reselling was working really well for me, and a few months later, I was well over a 500 key inventory value. The ironic thing is, the Spellbound Hot Dogger was still for sale at 500 keys, but this time I didn't want it. I felt way more achievement in just growing my inventory value as much as I could, rather than just sitting on one hat. And this trend continued on for years up to this day. I didn't really care about having a bunch of nice items for enjoyment whilst playing Team Fortress 2. The most I own is like a Purple Energy Killers exclusive, which I only have in my inventory because I have multiple of them for sale, and just various cool weapons that are collectively worth barely anything relative to my total inventory value. I'm just way more interested in making money and seeing how far I can get until I eventually cash out. And if you're interested in making money from TF2 trading, which can be used however you like once you have a lot, be sure to check out my premium school community in the top of the description, where I and many other experienced traders will help you get there by guiding you each step of the way. And check out my free Discord server as well to surround yourself with like-minded traders. Now back to the topic of whether or not it's a smart idea to buy items for keeps, let's have a discussion providing reasons for and against, since I believe that it depends on the type of person you are and your situation at hand. Number 1. Profit driven. Now there's nothing wrong with being profit driven, it's just that you'll be like me and tend to focus on going nearly all in on making profit, and any items you enjoy for in-game is just a byproduct of your trading process. If you're okay with a mediocre loadout in exchange for maximizing your profits, this mindset is for you. Perhaps buying items for keeps isn't for you since you favor making profit, and it'd be wise to have every dollar working for you rather than staying stagnant. This is also a good strategy for traders who don't really play Team Fortress 2 anymore, but still want to trade the items. I certainly had several periods where I didn't play the game much for weeks to months, so there was absolutely no use for me to own TF2 items other than having them as assets making me profit. And I think it's a smart idea to have your assets working for you in some way, whether that be making more money or if it's for your enjoyment. When you don't play the game, it's clear what option you should choose. Number 2. Goal Chaser. The Goal Chaser mindset includes the trader who plans to trade up to something and stop there, or at least slow down from there. This is common amongst people who trade up to their dream unusuals and expensive weapons, and are happy to slow down profits to make this a reality. And if this sounds like you, good on you. Having a goal to work towards will heavily boost your motivation to achieve what you actually want to trade up to in the first place, and playing the game will feel more fun. However, if you don't play Team Fortress 2 very often, I don't think it'd be very wise to buy expensive items for keeps if you don't plan to be playing the game in the first place. I would recommend to either cash out or continue making profit if you know that you won't play the game often, so that your hard work is still being rewarded and not wasted in any kind of way. And I would also kind of warn you that if you do play TF2 quite a lot, the items you buy may not even enhance your enjoyment of the game. This was very true for me as I've tried to keep nice expensive items, but I always ended up selling them because all you need to have fun is pretty much every weapon unlocked, which is already really cheap. So in conclusion, I think the goal chaser mindset is excellent for those who are driven by an endpoint and tend to play the game a lot. Number 3. The in-betweener. The in-betweener is the type of trader who isn't exactly 100% profit driven or 100% goal oriented with intent to stop. They're kind of in the middle. They'll continuously trade throughout the years, but along the way they're willing to spend some of their retained profits on items to keep. This is an excellent way to balance making profit and having items for enjoyment if you play the game regularly and like to trade. And as always, I would either just recommend a profit driven mindset or cashing out if you don't play the game at all, since it'd be wise for your assets to be working for you in some way. But this mindset is a nice way to continuously make profit, even if it's not 100% optimal, and a great way to still buy nice items that you want. Number 3, the Grasshopper. The Grasshopper is one who hops between the 3 previously mentioned mindsets of being profit driven, goal chasing, or an in-betweener. I've certainly been a grasshopper before because over the course of over 6 years of continuous trading, your beliefs and goals change, which is very normal. It may be very hard to stick to just one mindset because life gets in the way. That's why I think the grasshopper method is a strong, reliable choice to keep yourself happy and to maximize profit whilst your routine changes throughout the year. Sometimes you may not be able to play the game much. Say you're studying for important exams, so you sell your items for pure for more profitable ones, and then let it sit on the classifieds to sell until you're done studying. Sometimes the summer holidays hit and you have so much free time that you decide to use your keys to buy items you really like to keep yourself occupied. Sometimes you trade 15 minutes per day on work days and have some nice items to play with on the weekend. It's all about finding your balance, and you can switch between the different mindsets to effectively have your items working for you according to your current routine. Number 5, spend your own money. I get it that for some people, if you have no interest in learning how to trade and you're willing to drop your hard-earned cash into TF2 items, then I believe that's a completely fine idea. You don't have to be a trader to enjoy nice items. And whether you traded for your items that you intend to keep, or you put in your own money, you're not losing any money. Worst case scenario, you'll lose like 15% of the original amount you invested, but that's still very little. That's the beauty of games like TF2 and CS2. You can switch up your loadout whenever you like, and there's barely any consequential cost associated with doing so. And of course, no matter which of the 5 options you choose, you can always cash out of TF2 and retain everything you originally invested, plus the profit you made. And that's all I have to say about buying items for keeps. Remember to check out the premium school community and free Discord server in the top of the description. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment on which mindset you currently plan to be a part of, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!